on the roll here. I'm gonna go
Recording in progress.
Recording. And where is my agenda? Let's get that up here for you all here. So, first and foremost here, I would like to call a meeting to order. Anyone like a second?
I'll second.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So first things first, we're going to tackle roll call. If you are here, say you're here. If you're not here, don't say anything. All right, Audie, are you here?
Yeah.
Annie, are you here?
Yeah.
Ashna mentioned they were not going to make it today. Apika, are you here? Correct? Alrighty. Corinne. Elizabeth.
Here.
Ella mentioned that she was not going to make it today. Emma. Anna.
Here.
Alright. Josh. Kai. Lauren mentioned she wasn't gonna make it, Lindsay mentioned she wasn't gonna make it as well, but just double check Lindsay. Okay, that's up. Lisa. Livia. Michael, you made it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really good.
Neil. As I call you mid-fight, I'm sorry. Oh. Rachel mentioned she wasn't gonna make it today. Samson. Alrighty, Satya.
Yeah.
Sabi.
Here.
And Zach. Alrighty. We have both of our staff liaisons present as well as our trustee presence. So, honestly, you're not here emotionally, I can't help you out with that. With that said, here is the agenda. It's up on our screen. I want to make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Really coming in clutch here. Thank you so much. Awesome. So we're gonna go to our public comments, see if there's anyone online. Well, we have people online, but it's not who we think it is. So no public comment. All right. So I sent out an email a little bit ago talking about what our agenda is. I know I got some, they call it a Microsoft undeliverable emails got sent back to me because it's just PBSD emails. But we are doing interviews today. It's gonna be a large chunk of our meeting today. Just remember, this is a new process that the committee wanted to put into place to start vetting better candidates for the committee. And we have a nice name or long list here of our candidates. But first and foremost, did you have any ideas? Maybe we want type of team building to kind of break down the, I don't know, walls for our new interviewers here, or do we want to just jump right into it?
We're gonna get input, see if we know.
Yeah. Alright. So, do y'all wanna do some team building to kind of break down break the ice with our new potential candidates here at all, or did you wanna jump right into the interviews?
Break that.
I like it. Anyone else have any strong feelings? Alright, let's do it this way. If you all wanna break the ice, raise your hand. Alright, that is majority. We are in the clear. So we're gonna do some team building. Do you have anything?
Yeah, since we have space to everyone get in a circle, the game I was thinking of is, the one where somebody sits in the middle, stands in the middle, and there's one person secretly assigned to do a dance move, and when that person moves, everyone does the same thing, and the person in the middle has to try to figure out who is doing the move. And you're constantly changing as the person who's in charge.
I like that.
Alright,
Yeah.
so what's gonna happen is we're all gonna stand in a circle. And there's gonna be one person in the middle and one person is going to be secretly assigned. The move changer. So what that means is you will start movement and everybody around you will do the same exact thing that you're doing. And then the person in the middle is gonna try to figure out who's the person doing it, but you have to keep changing your movements. kind of constantly throughout, so that way the person's gonna be able to figure it out sooner. But here's the trick, you don't all wanna be staring at the person who is the mover. You wanna be looking around at each other, and so that way, it doesn't get caught too quick. The way we're gonna figure out who is going to be the secret person is once we get in circle. Everyone will close their eyes and I'll announce. I'll walk in a circle, maybe twice, and tap one person on the shoulder, and that will be the secret mover. Who would like to volunteer to be the guesser first?
Don't go jumping at the bit.
Sebby!
Awesome.
He's on the
We do it over there? And they go out there, let's see, guys.
Come over here, come on over. I gotta do one from you, go walk behind the bird, so everyone, okay, round. You might need room for some kind of movement next to each other, keep that in mind, we don't need elbows into anything, so. Want to come over here, awesome, I'm gonna have to.
We don't like the comments.
I have to guess myself. Okay, so Stephanie's in the middle. Yay, and I'm gonna walk around twice. Everybody close their eyes. There you go, perfect. Get it, Heather. Okay. All right. Everyone get it open? There's one person who is going to be the dancer. Okay? And I'm gonna stop.
It's so.
Alrighty, we're gonna go right into our interviews, so we just give a quick rundown for our interviews. We actually did this earlier this year. For an open vacancy that opened up and we ended up electing Zachary into it. But it was between Berkeley and Zachary at that time, and if you recall, our candidates proceeded to speak about themselves, some even have presentations. And we ended up asking questions, your evaluations of the candidates were then collected and then given to town council for consideration, where they went up again, in front of town council to be interviewed. Kind of give you an idea, I sent that link out in an email a couple of days ago, but just in case you don't have an email, this QR code, I figured that would be a good hit. I'm glad we did this. Will be linked to the candidate form. It is your responsibility to fill one out for each candidate and have that submitted by Friday. Because I need to turn this around and give it to council by Monday. Which is great. So I'll leave this up here. For our interviewees, just a quick rundown, come on up. You have about 5 to 10 minutes, talk about yourself, why you feel like you're qualified for the committee, what you want to bring to the committee, and how you think you will be a good fit. And then we'll ask you a couple questions afterwards. So, with that said, Dylan, are you ready?
Sure.
Oh, ready. Do you want to be there? Do you want to come up here? Do you...
I'll sit here.
All right, that sounds like a game plan. All right, Dylan, why don't you just go ahead and start?
So I'm Dylan. I'm 13. I'm going into 8th grade this year, and I go to El Dorado, which is just up the street. I play a lot of sports, and I really like hanging out with people. I'm doing SYLC because I feel like it's good to give back to the community a lot, and I want to help the youth of Superior, I guess, have events that I possibly wouldn't go to, but they might. I feel like I would be a good fit because I'm pretty good with people and I really like planning things. I like to sometimes take control of something. I'm a little like that.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I do aiding for my school, like with kids. I did that last year and it was just really fun to hang around them and help them with things. And I guess I wanted to do more of that here. So, yeah.
Okay. We'll open up the floor to questions. It could be questions about what you think your qualification would be, what they want to bring. You can also just be icebreakers. For an example, what sports do you play?
I do a lot. I like running like cross country and track. I play football with my friends. I do golf, I do tennis. I did wrestling last year. I'm not too sure about that this year though. I swim in the summer as well.
A lot. That's all. Awesome.
If you had a superpower that could help your community, what would it be?
Maybe maybe invisibility, because I feel like you could I guess bring gifts to people without them knowing or surprise them, because in my aiding class, they did a thing in the winter with secret Santas, and it was just really cool and fun to look at the kids faces light up, so I feel like that.
Awesome.
The house Santa delivers his presents anyway. He's just invisible.
I have a question. How did you hear about SYLC?
Well, my dad is the mayor of Superior, so he kind of introduced me to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
Anybody else? Alrighty, then, thank you, Dylan. Get that sorted over here. Right, so, alright, Ryan, I do believe you are online if I recall. Are you available there? Nope, wait, I see Ryan. See this, see if that works. Hey, Ryan, are you able to respond?
Hello?
Awesome, there you are. Alright, Ryan, you are up to be interviewed. Did you hear my spiel in the beginning?
Yeah, I think I did.
Awesome, so go ahead, why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Hello, my name is Ryan Alanis. I'm a sophomore at Monarch High School. I'm interested in serving the Superior Youth Leadership Council because I want to represent like student voices and help out our community. Because this summer I was a youth steward and I kind of did a lot of physical work around town, improving like trails and parks and stuff. And really passionate about leadership and service and making a positive impact. I think it'd be a strong addition because I'm dependable and a clear communicator. I'm also a good team member. I play a lot of sports, and I'm always around with friends and stuff. And I think making our community better is a really big priority for me. And thank you for considering me. That's all I have to say. I'm like committed towards working with others and meaningful goals that we all have.
Awesome, you said you worked with the youth squad this summer?
Sorry, say that again.
You said you worked with the youth squad or the youth group this summer, for the, so for
Yeah,
the
the
students.
the town of Superior had youth steward option this year as like a an employment opportunity. And
Mhm.
I did that, and it was very fun. And you kind of go around, and it's like a lot like Boulder Youth Corps, just for Superior.
Yeah, that it is. Awesome. We'll open the floor to questions for everybody. How did you hear about Silk?
My mom is Renee Alanis. She works with the Chamber of Commerce, and she told me about this, and I was interested.
Awesome.
If your friends could describe you in 3 words, what would they be?
I think they describe me as witty, um, leader, and like genuine or honest.
Okay. I feel like we should just ask this for all our interviewees, because I'm also interested. If you had to pick a superpower, what would it be
For the community.
for the community?
I'd pick super strength because I feel like that's really applicable to working for the community.
Alright,
I have a question. Have you attended a lot of like the community events at all?
Yes, I have. As I said, my mom is with the Chamber of Commerce, so I'm always around at like Chili Fest, 4th of July, and like the movies in the park and stuff. I'm always doing that.
I know you said you were part of the youth stewards, did you also have any other volunteer opportunities? Have you volunteered with these other events and whatnot?
I help my mom out with those events and also Superior Rising. After the fire, I was a volunteer for those and I helped out that stuff.
Awesome. Anybody else? Alrighty, thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Alrighty, Jane, you are up. No, Jane. Oh. Just check our messages real quick. Alrighty, I have nothing on the horn from there. Alright, we're gonna move on. Jackson, are you here? Awesome.
Alright, my name's Jackson, I'm 13 and I go to El Dorado and I'm going into 8th grade. I wanna be on SYLC to volunteer and also like help my dad. I do a lot of like team building sports, like swimming in the summer. I have done martial arts for 4 years. Which is like also team building because I help out a lot of people. I do wrestling and I'm gonna be doing it for my 3rd year at school. I've done a ton of others. Yeah, I just like wanna be on SYLC to like give back to the community.
Awesome, we'll open up the floor to questions.
Alright, I'll ask my question. You had a superpower that could help the community, what would it be?
It'd probably be like infinite money or something, so like buy anything.
That's fantastic way to help.
It's giving Batman vibes. Bruce Wayne, there you go, that's Batman's not the rich one, it's Bruce Wayne, it's the rich one, you're right. Awesome, and out of all the sports you all know, which one's your favorite?
Martial arts.
Martial arts?
Yeah, I'm a black belt.
Very nice. Anybody else?
I'll ask my same
Sure.
question. How did
Thank
you
you.
hear about SILC?
My dad's also there.
Here, I'll ask a new one here for you. What do you wish to bring to the committee?
I mean, creativity, I feel like I have a lot of like that. I also wanna be like just helping out with the events a lot, like maybe thinking of new events and stuff.
Okay. Awesome. Anybody else? Alrighty, thank you, and we will move on. Millie, are you here? Alrighty, you have seen the spiel, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Millie Soti. I attend Kentucky Charter School. I'm 15 years old. And I joined SILC because I want to give back to my community. In 2021, I lost my house to the Marshall fires, and that was like a big event for me. And I want to give back because I experienced like so many like donations and other things, and so much like support from my community. So I want to be able to give back through SILC, and also like inspire the youth in Superior to like keep going and have resilience. I also play a few sports. I do swimming and I play tennis and then I do volleyball for fun. I also love volunteering. I babysit and I also volunteer in CU Boulder for STEM kids.
Awesome. Questions?
Alright. Yeah, I know we're not even gonna repeat superpowers, no worries. If you had to pick a superpower to help your community, what would it be?
Probably the superpower to like really give other people hope so they keep going.
That is beautiful.
Oh, what was it? It was. What do you envision yourself bringing to the committee?
I envision myself bringing like creativity again, that was a good one, and then also like being able to bring like maybe a new perspective and like change things up a bit, so we have like more people on the committee and more like ideas, I think.
Hmm. So another question, you mentioned you do volleyball for fun, do you not do swimming for fun then?
No, I do swim too, I do like high school swim too,
Yeah. For fun, not for fun?
for both, like.
Okay. Anybody else, questions? Do you wanna ask the question you've been asking?
Sure.
Alright.
How did you hear about SILC? My brother's in SILC and then also a few friends.
Awesome. Anybody else? Alrighty, thank you very much. Megan.
My name is Megan. It's actually my birthday, so I'm turning 15 today. I'm going
Congratulations.
I'm going into 10th grade at charter school as well. And a few main things I wanted to tackle as a member of the Superior Leadership Committee were definitely, I loved seeing all the efforts that were taken towards like better environmental impact. Like, I don't know if you guys went, I think it was the July 4th event where they started having those reusable cups and plates and spoons. I was like, this is awesome. Like, I feel like I've been so passionate. I love being an advocate for the environment because I feel like it's all of our responsibility to protect the earth. Which is why I was thinking maybe when I'm older, I can even join the environmental committee, but I would really love to bring some of that into this committee for our community. And especially as an advocate, since I'm the one who's gonna be growing up in this sort of environment, I wanna make sure that me and other youth in Superior too are not as affected by climate change as it's like a look.
Mhm.
And then another issue I wanted to focus on was the like third place sort of idea. Where I really like all the events that Superior hosts, all the tea nights, all the movie nights, I think they're amazing. And I just really want to be a part of the committee who's able to provide a third place for teams that people look to. Especially since as a member of an immigrant household, there's not a lot of room for me to invite my friends over. And I feel that it's always kind of been me going over to other people's houses. But I think it's really awesome if I was able to provide a place where I can hang out with other youth members and really just connect with the people in Superior. And a few things I think I bring to the table as a committee member is, I don't even tell, but I really like to talk. And I really like to, help other people. I think empathy and like collaboration with others are my two biggest skills. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's open the floor to questions.
Okay, my question. If you single power that can help your community, what would it be?
I was thinking about this one and I was thinking maybe like Earth Day or something,
Ooh, one avatar on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like oil, or fixed pot oil.
You already answered mine through what you presented to us, which is awesome, so I will give you another one. After Elizabeth asks her question.
How did you hear about silk? My two older brothers both did silk, so it's like, I on their legacy.
What were your brothers?
Their names are Michael and Matt. They're both like almost graduated college.
Okay,
So, like,
yeah.
My question, but I didn't think of it because it's distracted.
See that, if not reading this right, you are also a musician? What instrument do you play?
Yeah, I play the violin and I've been learning the guitar.
Wow, nice. Very nice. You have a favorite?
I like guitar the best. I've been playing violin the longest, but it's fine.
Awesome. Do we have any more questions? Yeah.
I would, oh, okay. What's your favorite town event that you've been to so far? Doesn't have to be like a silk one specifically, I mean, most of them are town, but.
I really like the movie. Like I go there like I will be there. This.
Yeah, that is smart. Yeah,
So this, you said you went to 4th of July event, right? This is like a question for everyone, but did any of you guys also went to another event? Just wondering, like another silk event you guys went to? Yeah. Went to any interview or, yeah.
I don't know if it's silk, but I also go to all those like teen nights. There was one here. I don't know if that's silk.
yeah, no, that's not silk, but that is still town superior provided, yeah. Kind of give you all ideas what other silk events there is Monster Mash. Happens in October, big surprise,
Parents find out.
Parents Night Out, yep,
Stand there.
and we have, yep, the STEMathon. We do a lot of booth stuff over at town events as well. What am I forgetting? There's another one I'm forgetting. Not coming to the top of my mind at the moment, but those are some of the events that we do. Always looking to expand for those as well. Awesome. Any more questions at all? Alrighty, Berkeley. you're on Zoom. Let's find out. You are not, okay. And Wyatt. Also not on Zoom. Okay, so that is our interviews for tonight. So to kind of give you all an idea of what the process is gonna look like here, we are going to consolidate our feedback here on our interview today and give that to town council. And you all will be interviewing in front of town council Monday as well. It was the seventh, if I recall, right? It was on the agenda, I know.
It's the 11th. This Monday.
Never mind, this Monday. It'll be this Monday, the 11th, over at Town Hall. You'll be interviewed there as well. You can then be a Zoom or be in person. And you'll get interviewed by town council essentially. And then after that, we'll reach out for those who are selected for the vacancies for our committee. And then you'll start officially in September. Any questions? Yes.
How many vacancies are there?
I think there's gonna be 6 if I recall right. I'll double check, but I think there's 6 from our last check. Alrighty, you're all more welcome to stay here and check out the rest of the meeting. You're also more than welcome to head on out, it's up to you. Otherwise, let me pull up. Alright, and here. We will be moving on to our next item. Alright. So. Senior send off is an event that happens every year to kind of send off our seniors, hence the name. This year, we all voted to go to something a little bit further out, something a little bit more interactive. So we decided on Sky Zone, that's gonna give us the best pricing, as well as we're gonna eat there. And potential time for y'all to bring people who are also interested in the committee to come check out what the committee is all about. You're all more welcome to join as well. It will be in Sky Zone. I believe Asha is setting up carpooling. It's been on the group meet chat. So please check that out if you want to carpool there and make sure you hit. I created an event in group meet. For attendance purposes, so I know how many tickets to buy and how many slots to buy. It's gonna be from 6 PM to 8 PM. Who here has been to like a trampoline Sky Zone park before? Yeah, okay. Y'all know what's up then, but for those who haven't. It's a park full of trampolines, who would have thought, like Warrior or Ninja Warrior course stuff, foam pits, you could do like trampoline dodgeball, stuff like that. Super fun. It's meant for just to send our seniors off as well as like a team building event. So that's happening this Friday over in Thornton. Please update the group meet chats in case you are not gonna be able to make it, or if you need carpool. And we'll get that situated. Any questions with that? I just want to give you all an update, you know, that's what's gonna happen with that. Alpha. Monster Mash, alright. So, it's coming around that time of the year, we need to start planning out, we should be starting to plan Monster Mash a lot sooner, but. Now we're in crunch time, because it's happening this October. It's gonna be another big event. Just a quick recap. Who was all at the last Monster Mash? Please raise your hand. Awesome. So quick run through, or a quick question, what did you all think? What did you all want to bring back to Monster Mash this year? What worked, what didn't work? What are your thoughts? Because this is now the time to start voicing those thoughts so we can get the motion to go here. Yeah,
I like the potion making station's really fun.
you thought the potion making station was real fun?
Yeah.
Alright, hold on one sec. It wasn't like too much of a mess, I don't think.
Yeah, that's fine.
Potion making station was a plus, awesome, yeah.
I think like when we were like calling up the participants, like, to like show their costumes. I was like kind of confusing, cause like a lot of friends that came up and they asked us and it was their turn. And I feel like there were like three kids that like missed their times, I think, pretty sure. And so they had to like go up later.
So maybe like refining how we break out the age groups a little bit more, or,
Like how we announce it, kind of.
Signage,
Mm.
that could help.
yeah, maybe. Okay, alright, that's good feedback. Did you all think the costume contest otherwise went pretty well?
It was definitely really popular, and it was the kids.
It's gonna be more popular this Friday, or this year, so be ready. Awesome. You got that done, right? We'll definitely make adjustments to that, yeah.
Always have the like station where you have to like put your hand into like little boxes and like try to feel like what's inside of it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was like they were little bowls inside the boxes and we had taken over and like the kids would put their hands in and then you like something in there. And I have to like, pick up the stuff and put it in. And also they would just kind of like grab the boxes off the table and I was like, box back, please.
We might be able to do something about the bowls, now you won't know we can do much about the boxes. That makes sense, especially if the bowl gets knocked over, cause luckily we didn't have anything wet. Yeah, we didn't have anything wet, so but it's good to know in case we do something wet there.
We change that activity to something a little more less. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know if this was like last year or last year, did we do last year like that cookie painting thing again? That was last
That was,
last year,
yeah, that was this past
Are we
year.
doing that? Those were donated last year, we could always reach out and see if she would like to donate those again, how did you think those did? Yeah, I think it was really good, cause everyone really liked it, and yeah, they don't run out. Awesome.
Okay. Okay.
I was doing like pumpkin bowling.
Oh, yes, yes,
I think that was a really bad idea.
no, no pumpkin bowling.
There were these real pumpkins, but like the pumpkins like burst, and then like there was a bunch of seeds, and like one of the pins wouldn't stand upright.
Hmm.
It was really bad, and then like, yeah, not fun to volunteer for, not fun.
Okay, no pumpkin bowling.
Do you feel like there were a lot of kids going inside that room, or is it kind of just in its own world?
I think definitely there was not as many kids like compared to people who showed up because it was like so far in the back.
Hmm.
But like it was just like not that good of an experience.
What's your all opinion about? Do you think it was just like location, that's why it like wasn't the best, or like would we stuck outside?
My biggest problem was like using a real pumpkin because
Okay.
like when it burst and the seeds got everywhere, it was just not that fun.
Okay.
I think it was also the room location too, cause like when I went there, I didn't even know that we're doing the bowling, but it was like, I think we did it in that like. Corner of the room, and I don't think not that many people knew that it was that bowling.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Is it something, if we replace the pumpkins, that you would wanna bring back, or just replace entirely?
I think it's more about the placement of the room and the lack of people coming in,
Hmm.
right? It sounds like you guys have some great feedback about the activities. So what we can start doing in those group sessions is thinking about if you wanna bring any new activities in, now's a great time to start looking online, seeing what activities you would personally feel more confident and excited to run yourselves. I think last year we kind of picked activities closer in October, but I think now is a great time to start doing the Google searches and seeing which activities you guys think would be a lot of fun, ones you wanna replace, so we can replace the pumpkin. And the sooner we know what new activities, maybe a signage could be created throughout the event, so that way people are more called to those areas, as a suggestion. People know there's stuff back there.
Mhm. You doing it?
I was gonna say that I ran like a game outside and look, I did like the pin the hat on the witch.
Oh, yes.
And just, I don't know what it was, but kind of no one came to my station.
Hmm.
And I don't know if that was like the game too, because later in the night, the ring toss, which was like just across, like had a lot of people, but I think especially with the games, they were right next to like 5 bouncy castles. And so the kids kind of just lost interest quick, and then also my game, like it was stickers for the hats and we ran out of stickers.
That's a good note about activities next to balancing being distracted. That's a great observation.
It makes sense.
Mhm.
What are your all thoughts about a trunk or treat? Would you all wanna hunt down organizations or groups that would be potentially interested into a trunk or treat? And some of the people who might be associated with like, you know, a couple friends who play football from Monarch, talking to them about potentially doing something, or maybe a STEM group, putting together like a trunk or treat, stuff like that.
Like the clubs.
Like school clubs potentially, or
Local.
local
Kind of
business.
local businesses, organizations, it would entail them coming with. We would, if we looked at the budget, we could see if we could provide them the bags of candy. If that would be something you would wanna spend the budget on, or we could have those businesses bring candy. But you would be asking these local businesses or organizations, teams. Anything of the such, to decorate their cars and make it festive for the kids to go around and collect a piece of candy from each person. Would that be something you guys would want to start pursuing and doing rather than having 10 bouncies? We could make that area a trunk or treat zone.
If I recall, right, a couple of years ago, we had trunk or treat, it was actually pretty popular as well, granted, it snowed. But it's still pretty popular. What are y'all thoughts on that subject?
I think it's a good idea. I think when we did do it, it was like a big hit. I think the kids really enjoyed it, so.
Do y'all foresee yourself being able to go out and reach out to these organizations to be able to see if they would want to be in loop, like be a part of this?
So I would suggest somebody making sure, a handout is kind of created. So that way everyone's handing out the same information, giving the same information on repeat. And then from there, just, you know, working together to create this festive handout and then doing as much as you can. Maybe even before the next meeting. The sooner the better, the more people are able to save the date prior. Cause the next time we see each other will be in September, and by then it's
Crunch
a
time.
month away, so. I would. Make sure that's one of the work group. Activities is getting that together and creating a slide with that information.
So let's do this. I know earlier this year, we created a work group. I'm pretty sure a big chunk of that work group is now graduating. So let's go ahead and create a new work group here. And this could be a great opportunity to really kind of like hone in skills for like, if you ever created a flyer before, if you haven't, this will be an opportunity to try them. We will work with you to kind of create that flyer. Or do you need someone to come help you out, talk to a local business, because sometimes that could be intimidating. Let us know, and we'll try to pave the way for you to be able to do that, right? This is a great way to kind of step up, really make something your own, and if anything, really kind of help you develop your own skill sets and really contribute to the bigger community here. So let's create a new work group. Who is interested in being part of that work group? Go ahead and raise your hand. Alrighty. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I just have a question, you know, like, I just remember from the July 4th that we had like a little poster, like about the silk and also the monster mash. Is that, are we like, did that poster like made from last year or just?
That was kind
I was
of,
wondering, like, what
it was kind of remodeled from a previous one. Just tweak some things here or there, but we can do that again. I would suggest just creating a new one from scratch, because that kind of flyer has been in circulation, so you want something that's new, kind of like refreshing to really capture attention. but that doesn't mean we can't not use that for like. A structure for the new one, that makes
Yeah.
sense. So we could do that.
So if we want to raise the hand, Jackson, you say the name from already.
Yeah, alright, hands up high, please, and I need my glasses. Oh my goodness, we love this, alright, we got Satya. You need the, here, let me give you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate that. Yeah, perfect. Alright, we got Satya, we got Audie, we got Neil. We got Om. Michael. We got Hannah, we got Lisa, we got Corinne. I might be only too fast, I'm so sorry. Hannah. Hannah, your hand was up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanna make sure I got that right. Also, we got Sadie, we got Emma, Annie. You get that? Alright, cool. We have Elizabeth, we have the pretty much everybody here. Alright, I'm gonna create that work group, you'll see in the group meet chat. So don't have that muted, because we're gonna really get that work group in motion here.
Go ahead. What was that?
Also,
Yeah.
it's like a personal question, I'll ask them after them.
After the meeting, sure thing, just kind of give you all an idea of Monster Mash when that's going to be, so that'll be in October 25th. It's pretty much an all afternoon to night kind of situation. But it's October 25th, that's Saturday, so book that out for yourselves, it's an all hands on deck kind of situation. Awesome, any more thoughts about Monster Mash, or are you all ready to move on to the next item? Cool beans. Alright, just some review stuff, you all volunteered for a couple of events that happened over the summer, kind of wanted to know. How did that go? What was the interest like in the booths that you did have at these events? So first and foremost was National Trails Day. Who was here for National Trails Day? Awesome, what do you all think? What was your kind of like, did you all get interest or were you just there mostly volunteering and didn't really have much time to booth? Anyway,
I think National Trails Day was great. I like the animals
okay,
and I think that like it was some solid volunteer work.
okay, excellent. Oh, you had your hand up, too, right?
I thought it was really fun, they had cool animals, like I had an ice cream truck, they all volunteered like free tickets to use. They had goats you could feed, it was fun.
Awesome. Who else had
I
their
thought
hand
it
up?
was pretty
Yeah,
fun. I
You have fun?
They like went around with the snake, people could pull the snake.
awesome. If I recall right, you all had a booth there too, right?
No, we didn't.
No, that wasn't, it was the 4th of July, right? Alright. I know Pari was very thankful for the help, for sure. Was there a big crowd? Did you all go there with your silk shirts and were able to get your name out at all?
Yeah, there's a good amount of people there. They like kind of feel like it's like construction dust. One thing was like, they had us like tell people where to park, cause there's like in this big area. But then like, they told us that we had to keep on doing it after like an hour, but everyone would be able to talk to us, like it was obvious that they're gonna park.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not that important either, but.
And redistribution of volunteers after that, okay. Okay. What about 4th of July? Who was there for the 4th of July? Awesome. I thought I saw a lot of people at the booth. Wanna tell me your experience? What was that like?
I was just wondering, do you get like most of like the groups of people who comes in that event? So like there was like event help camp, like booth and. Do we get like those lists?
Yeah, so there is a vendor list of everyone who was like. Has a quote unquote tent at the event.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, we just have really no job other than staring in our like booth and just like handing out the pancakes for like.
yeah, so the booth, being part of the booth, if it was your first time, was that your first time?
For the July one.
For being part of like volunteering at like the silk booth.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, the whole point of being like a part of the silk booth is to get your information out to people, basically talk up the committee, say what you do, how you all have an impact on the community here, play fun games with them. give out prizes, stuff like that. The whole point of it is to get your committee's name out to the public. View it as a way to be the face of the committee. You wanna draw that interest in so people come support the committee, have more people apply. Have more people volunteer at your events kind of thing. The whole purpose is marketing, essentially, put your name out there. Beyond that, there's not really that much else, like. Cause you jumped around too, there are a couple different volunteer situations, right? Or volunteer stations, right?
Like switching?
Yeah, did you?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of just to help break up, so you're
Yeah.
not sitting all day. Did y'all get a lot of interest? Did you get a lot of people come by? What are y'all thoughts?
I feel like most of the people who came by were like, oh, we've heard of Monster Mash, and that was like kind of it, and they just like took the frisbees.
Mhm.
And then there were like maybe 2 people who were like really interested in joining, but most of the kids that came, I feel like they were too young to be in SYLC, but they were also like too cool to like go to the events, if that makes sense.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah.
We are also kind of targeting those people who are even coming of age to be part of stuff. It's the purpose of like getting it in their mind, so you know, when they start entering high school, they're like, oh wait, I heard of this. Maybe I should apply for this. We're not really trying to aim for people who are, you know, graduating or have graduated. Kind of thing. So unless you're talking like, are they like children?
A lot of them were like really, really little, and their parents were like, oh yeah. And they're just so glad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all see this as a potential good thing to get your name out there? Cause one of the big struggles for SOAP right now is getting your name out there and getting people to apply for the committee. Do you have any ideas on how maybe you revision this or do something different at the booth to draw more interest?
I'll give my personal input as person who put on 4th of July. I think you guys did a fantastic job at helping in every single aspect. Running the booth can be a bit difficult trying to get the information out because this is focused on, you know, families of all sorts of different ages and whatnot, so it's very valid of the feeling like there's a lot of kids who are too young. A lot of them probably can't even see above the table. So I think you guys' presence just being there is valuable and great, so thank you so much. But yeah, it can be tricky with the young ones, and honestly, it's how a lot of some of the businesses who are there feel too. Some people do just come up and say, oh, hello, I'll take a free thing and walk away. It's just a repeated pattern at events like that. People just not fully wanting to listen, even though I'm sure you guys had great information to give them, so. Great job speaking to as many people as you could, because a lot of people just want the frisbee.
Any other thoughts? Alright, who was there for the civic space opening? How did that go?
Like personally, I feel like there was nothing for us to do. Like I feel like they were trying to find stuff for us to do, but like most of the time we were just sitting around. Like they were like, oh, like watch these people stack Tetris, but like their parents were like standing there watching them. And like the actual civic space, I feel like we didn't do that much. I don't know, maybe it was just me.
Yeah, I was there and like the lady told us to like, she was like, you guys can like sit in the craft room and like supervise kids, but we were there for like almost the whole time and not a single kid came in.
I noticed that a couple of other times too, with other town sponsored events that would have like a kid station, but no one brings their kids
There's
to.
also like a guy upstairs, I don't really. There's a magician upstairs, so all the kids that are up there. And then we like walked around and see if there's anything for us to do, but there really wasn't any. So.
I think that was more of a town request at that point, right?
Yeah, more of a town request. We weren't sure how big, what the outlook was gonna look like, number wise or anything like that. So having you guys on standby as you guys have seen with running events, it is nice to have numbers there just in case. So even having an event where there's people, you guys unfortunately aren't as interactive. It means a lot to event coordinators and the town just to have you guys there as standby. Every small little bit does count, so. It may have been boring, but it does make a huge difference, that you guys were there and putting in work. So,
Just having the option available is nice for parents when that does happen.
and knowing and realizing that, you know, that's a great point with. There were balloons and musicians upstairs, maybe the kids could have been brought upstairs with those activities, so that way it's hand in hand next to each other. Not just separate zones, a quiet zone of coloring rather than that, so. It's very good input.
Any other thoughts? Otherwise, we'll move on. Alrighty. So. And I know it's a little bit of a typo here, I didn't even put in applications, it's just meant to say presentations, but we have chair spots that will be opening up. Next month here, just kind of run through it with you, what chairs do what, as a reminder. Pull that up here, there are. All the chairs are gonna be going up. Yeah, all the chairs will be going up. There will be one person rerunning for their chair. This one, if I recall, right? It is not that one. It is. Oh my goodness, where are you at? Must be in our foundation docs. Nope, that's not the one I want. 2023 one is the one I wanted. Right there. Alright, so. As a reminder, these positions will be going up to a vote next month. You are more than welcome to put in your bid or name into the hat for one of these positions, or put them all for all of them, see if you land one of them. You won't land all of them. Like not one person's all full chairs, is what I'm trying to say. But to kind of give you the description of the chairs, there'll be the chairperson, who's the overall leader of the group here. They run the council meetings, kind of like what I'm doing today, as well as like helps facilitate discussions with everybody and kind of helps give direction to the group. And they work with, you know, the staff liaisons to get things done. We have our vice chair, they are more communications focused. This one might be up more to be reshaped here. We are currently working on that because with the new ADA accessibility laws that are out, communications has become kind of difficult. I will give you more information on what that's gonna look like here. It will still be a vice chair position. There'll probably be more outreach focused, so having more like, being more of the front person to talk to local businesses or organizations or other committees to try to get their interest in the into self. There's also another vice chair position for events and community. This is more like what Ashna did, kind of took charge of getting volunteers organized and helping run the events day of, as well as the logistics behind that, meaning like what stuff we need to order, as well as working closely with the communications chair to get the word out for said events. And then we have our secretary position as well. This one will be changing a little bit as well. They'll be working more closely along with like taking accurate meeting notes, as well as helping me get meetings set up and assist with some budgeting stuff. Not like having full control of the budget, but more so like, hey, what do you think is an appropriate amount of budget we can use for this event? Or for this program you all want to run, stuff like that. So these are the 4 chairs that will be going up. It will be ran pretty similar to what it was last year, where each person will present why they feel like they are the best fit for said chair. And then we will take a vote after everyone has presented their spiel. Why Oh no. Wait, what's going on? Okay, it's fine, everything's fine. If you have an interest for applying to 1, 2, 3, or all 4 of the chairs, please let me or Allison know. And then send me a presentation. If you would like to do like a PowerPoint presentation. So I'm able to display that for you while you are. Presenting your bid for the chair. Any questions?
Wait, so will that be in next meeting?
That will be in September's meeting, that is correct, so that will be a large chunk of our September meeting. And we will get our new chairs right after that meeting, basically. And just know, being in a chair position is a fantastic opportunity to really develop skills, your leadership skills, creativity skills, management skills, all that fun stuff. It is also a position that should not be taken lightly, because much of the group is dependent on your motivation and your drive to really give back to the community. It's important. So, yeah, that'll be our next meeting, so please send me a message, your presentation, and if you're interested in this, I'll put your name down. Yeah.
I have a question, as a color, you know, like, who you members will talk tonight?
Yeah, great question. So September, we will have our new members. You will see a new group chat being created by me here next week with everybody here, as well as our new members. And our new members will attend our September meeting as well. And we'll do an introduction in the beginning of our new members. Congratulations, icebreaker, all that fun stuff as well. Yeah. Any other questions? Awesome. I will say. Don't take a chair position lightly. It's really, this is like an opportunity to really put yourself ahead. I won't say ahead of the curve, but more so really kind of like challenge yourself in great ways. Nice. Nice. Alright. Fantastic on a college application, which a lot of you are striving for. Awesome. We'll move on to staff updates. I don't have much to update you with, other than there is the Rocky Mountain Women's Disc Golf Tournament that's happening at the end of August here. They love volunteers, and volunteers could just be a caddy, so you will be carrying around the frisbees. They call them discs. For a couple of professional disc golfers that have either come from like someplace else here in the United States, or this event has international draw as well, so potentially that, like, you could be carting around discs for someone who's from like, yeah, someone famous in the disc golf world. It's also, they're a great group of people, they're fun, and might be a new hobby you might be interested in. That will be happening over at Corporate Park, that will be happening August 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. If you're interested, definitely let me know. They love extra volunteers. You might walk home with a pretty cool disc. Other updates. I don't have much else beyond that. Allison, do you have anything? Oh, thank you for the reminder. I meant to put that on the agenda. Chili Fest is in September. You've all been to Chili Fest before, right? If you have, awesome. If you haven't, it's a big event. It happens the first weekend of September, so this will be September 6th. Oh, September 6th. And it has a large field. Both of our baseball fields get booked out. There's a lot of people. There's food galore. There's events like booths galore. Would you all be interested, and I highly recommend it, having a booth at Chili Fest this year? It's a great way to get your council's name out. yes, it's gonna be very similar to like the 4th of July, but just getting your name out there is a great first step in getting public awareness of what y'all do. And we're also, I think you're also looking for volunteers, general volunteers as well, right?
Sure are.
Awesome. We're looking for general volunteers as well. Do you know what that would look like?
I would say between, the event is from 2 to 6 p.m. So I believe we're gonna be doing like noon to start for any setups, activities. I can double check that, but then most importantly, we'd love help with takedown as well. So that will go until 7:30 for takedown, and then the activities during would be, small arbor activities. I can send out a whole list. We have, multiple applications or multiple slots, we have opportunities to. Yep, event setup would be 12 to 2. We have some gate monitor options, which would be standing at the front of the entrances and just handing out flyers, for the event. General event support, kind of walking around and things are going okay. Water station help, I don't believe any of you were assigned for a water station for 4th of July. We'll have multiple stations with those our World Cups again and refill stations. We may need a few, we won't have you guys do chili servers. Yeah, and then event cleanup, those will be kind of the options for volunteering.
Awesome. So first things first, one of the things that we should talk about is does the committee wants a booth at this event? And we'll put that to vote. So all in favor, go ahead and raise your hand. 1, 2. Okay, your hand. Okay, excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that is majority, so we will have a booth. Second thing following that. Who can and wants to volunteer for Chili Fest? Please raise your hand. So this will be September 6th. Yep, so it's the first Saturday of September. It will be from 12 to 6, essentially, but there'll be volunteer shifts.
Yeah.
So you won't be doing the entire event, basically. So please go ahead and raise your hand. We'll put down those who can make it. Michael, you're like, what? Put Poppy over here. What side of the fence are you on?
Probably yes, but there's like a 30% chance though.
Okay. So it will be pretty much everybody minus Hannah. And booth specific, do you want to do something like we did in 4th of July where you weren't stuck at the booth at the entire time and you kind of just rotated? How's that sound? Is that something you can all do? We can do rotating stuff again, like we did with this.
I recommend maybe for this one, again, it'll be kind of like 4th of July with a bunch of families, but also it may be an older crowd as well, so an interactive fun game again. The giant, and we had giant Connect 4 for you guys last time.
We did.
Did you guys like that game? Was it a good interactive
And
one?
did you all play games with people at the 4th of July one? No,
It was like, oh, there was a Jenga.
and there was a Jenga, there was an eggs, cornhole, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Spike ball was another one, which. A little bit of small space for that. I did make a Chinko board for you all. We could bring that, and you could give all prices based on what, like, do y'all know what Chinko is? Okay. I'm glad I asked. So Chinko board is the game where you drop the ball from the top of a board, it just pegs all the way down, and kind of bounces around and lands into like a slot at the bottom. Yeah, so I show you real quick what that looks like.
Also a fun way to stay sustainable with handing out goodies, cause sometimes they might not get anything, but sometimes they might. And then they can. When whatever option's at the bottom is the one that they wanted, they can say thank you and walk away. It's just a great way to. Instead of handing everyone the same exact item, if they may or may not want it, it will be interactive and a bit more sustainable.
No, I just wanted the image, thank you. Okay, a better image than that one, but like, this is essentially what a Jingle board is. And it's a bit big, I made it bigger for sure, but essentially, yeah, there's a ball, they'll drop it down, prizes are randomized, people love this kind of stuff. I made that for you also, we can have that at the booth as well. But we'll give you all some interactables, Connect 4 again, bags again. Maybe, Jenga,
Yeah, I think Jenga is.
okay.
Awesome.
All games. Okay. Thank you for reminding me now, that absolutely slipped.
That was amazing.
Beyond that. You have any updates for us?
The council took most of July off due to just vacation schedule, so I have no updates, but we'll see many of you on the 11th.
Awesome. Okay, with that said. I move to adjourn the meeting. Do I have a second? Appreciate it. The meeting is now adjourned.